So under 11 boys, of course, the qualification, we see a lot of country teams in these time finals and heats. In this one particular, Leongatha, Horsham and Wangaratta travelling a fair way
false start
today.
On this race now, so we'll go
false
back
start.
to the
We've got a bit more time to gum flap and just ramble through some fun facts. Now, it's first position, correct me if I'm wrong, Kim, it's first position from each of the regions who gets an automatic start at states.
That is correct, Michael.
Yeah, so we do see a spread of country and city teams in each of our events today. So at least one of the teams in each of the events will be from one of our country regions. And in our...
What you possibly find as well, Michael, as we progress towards some of the older age groups, probably more like anything from 15s, 16s, where there aren't enough athletes to fill a field of, for argument's sake, 16 teams, you may find the first of the timed finals will actually only have, for argument's sake, if 11 competitors qualify or 11 teams qualified for state, the first of the timed finals would have 3 athletes or 3 teams in it. And then the final time final would have the 8 fastest. So the composition of the 8 plus 3, making 11, would mean that the 3 teams, the 3 slowest qualifiers, or not fastest qualifiers, would actually be in that second race, or the first race, sorry.
Yeah, and as I'm having a look at the second heat, which will be coming up in a bit, we see a composite team, which is a whole region team. If there's not enough athletes from each particular centre, they make a region group team. So we might see a few of them as we go through the heats and the events today, as we see, is that Keilor making Collingwood. Sorry, Keilor's not even in this race.
As we can only see the 7th and 8th competitors at the moment, we've actually got Collingwood. I'm a bit concerned about Collingwood. He's really not giving him a lot of distance there to make it by the cone, but he seems to have done it. Keeping in mind that the change box area is quite substantial for the athletes to change into. Looks like we've got Mentone. Once we come around to the next shot, making some distance on Collingwood.
On the inside
so
running
we've got
a good race as well, Kim.
Yeah, so Collingwood are coming through. Sandringham, Campbell, Malvern, Geelong, Mentone.
You can't miss Mentone in that fluoro singlet.
No, you can't. They are a saving grace for us when we are calling. Leongatha in lane 1 are also making a good run. So Collingwood moving up in this race. But we've also got Campbell, Malvern, Wangaratta and Geelong as well. So
we see the boys there eagerly waiting for their changeover. And have a look at the Wodonga flags on the back straight. I love that.
So Leongatha, as you mentioned before, Michael, they're really starting to move up. This stagger, as it moves, the athletes progress in towards the inside lanes, will give us a bit of a better idea. And I'm going to say Campbell, Malvern.
They are making the merge across pretty well. It is a bit of a, you see some ducking and weaving in this back straight as athletes make the merge and start to look for their athlete at the end of their straight. Some come right into lane 1 and then sort of run out once they see where their athlete is. As we see Collingwood charging towards the lead, Leongatha closely behind, and Campbell Malvern in 3rd position there. Mentone running quickly behind, as is Geelong in 4th place, but Collingwood holding on to that lead, and Leongatha trying their absolute best to try and hold on to 2nd. Geelong getting on Leongatha's shoulder and closing even more quickly than the rest of them. The athlete from Mentone about to trip over himself as he charges towards the finish, but is going to be Collingwood into Geelong, Horsham, Leongatha, Mentone, Camberwell, and there was another team in the mix there. So a 2:06, we think, for the winner there on the time clock, being Geelong. Leongatha, really strong finish there as well. Great run by them. So that was Geelong B team, of course. Let's see what their A team have coming in the next heat.